Jared Gilsky with us for Lake Lehman football team. Here we are at our Carol and Janelle Coach. Here we are. Season's right upon us. Let's talk about this team coming back this year. How much experience you have coming back for the Black Knights?
We're kind of a hidden talent because we have basically half of our team back from last year. Our skill set is completely back. Losing Matt Kurtz at fullback, we lose a little bit of a grind game with them there. But when you look at our situation at quarterback and our receivers and our skill, we have every single one of them back. So up front, our guys hit the weights this year. We are bigger up front than we were last year. I want to say we're probably a little more athletic per se. Not to knock down the guys that were there last year, but you just look at it and with these young guys stepping up from the season previous, they really built in. We were able to do a little more this year. So we're going to kind of look a little fresh and new this year in what we normally do in the past 10 years. But I really love this group. Good working group, athletic, great skill set. I love our team speed. We're going to be quite interesting because we're the hidden talent this year.
Talk about size-wise. I mean, these guys, you mentioned the eye test. These guys have some decent size to them, and a guy or two up front that they could bring it.
Yeah, Justin James, one of the kids I really want to play for the past few years, and with his size at 6'3", 6'4", at 315, and returning from years of playing Logan Hoyt, we got two good bookends that have decent size. Up front, Wyatt Lepaski started for us also at center. He'll be back there, and our two guards, we were going to put more of the beats in the middle and use more of a skill set at our tackle spots this year to alleviate a little more of the edges and work our schemes. So, our eye testing, up front we look big, but our skill sets too, Casey has decent size, our quarterback put size on this year, and they maintain their speed, if not faster. So, with the weight room and the correlation on the field, guys are kind of overlooking us this year, which we kind of always like to have at our little pocket at Lake Lehman.
Schedule, you guys are going to play some tough games, and you look across both the Wyoming Valley and Lackawanna Conference, some good football teams again this year. When you talk about competition-wise and just being able to bring it week in and week out, what do you look forward to with that every week, and knowing that, hey, every week is going to be a test?
Yeah, every week. You look at our first 2 weeks with Western Wayne and Lakeland, they're going to be tough. And we open up with them. It's a good opportunity for us to really lay our mark. In the middle of the season, you look at Wyoming area, and at the end of the year, we're also looking at Dallas. So we play a really, really tough schedule. I like it because it kind of gives us a good challenge right before we go into playoffs. And that's the luxury of having such a schedule, is because you know what, you don't want a cupcake schedule to where you're not ready to go into playoffs. And when we look at this, AAA is pretty good this year. There's a lot of teams you can't take lightly this year. So everyone's going to preach Wyoming area, probably Lakeland and Western Wayne. And you look at certain other publications, they're putting us down in the bottom. So every week our kids got to realize that to punch in, punch out, and be ready, because every team is loaded this year at AAA.
Yeah, and Scranton Prep,
yes.
And they've been the staple.
I apologize. They're always a team that, it's amazing, Scranton Prep, because the fact that they have, let's say 24 starters or 22 starters, and they reload every year. And the skill set they have there and what Coach has done there is truly amazing, especially their sheer numbers that they have. We're looking at 38 kids. They have 60 right across, and then the luxury of having talent and picking from that pool is a luxury in itself.
After getting to know you over the years, you not only want to get the most out of your kids, you want to get the most out of your coaches. What was the evaluation process at the end of last year, saying, guys, we need to run the ball more, we need to throw more efficiently, we need to hit harder, we need to be more fit, we need to be stronger? What were a couple highlights?
Number one is weight room. Hey, let's get more consistency in there, let's change things up, let's educate ourselves more in the weight room. All right, because every year, you don't want to go old school, powerlifting here and there. You kind of want to educate yourself a little bit more and get a little bit better, get the cutting edge. All right, so that's always something new you want to add to it, because kids, you don't want to go through the monotony of things. So when you show the kids that you're able to build upon that and add more to the weight room and do more with them, they show the interest in it, because it's not the same old. Then you look at the end of the year, you look at your evaluation, you look what you have coming back. We always play to our strength. Everybody known for the years that ours is the Delaware scheme, where we run the ball, we try to grind out the clock. Well, now you look at our skill set coming back, we may not have a little bit of that, but we do have that with personnel packages. But when we look at this, we have a skill set that's spread out more this year with a returning quarterback guy, junior Ethan Adams, And, it's a luxury to have that. And we can use his legs too. So, when you play the grind game, when you look at the end of the year, you're kind of wear down big time. And we're saying, we can't put our kids in that position anymore. We have to add a little flavor to our offense this year and distribute the ball more so than we have in the past with the run game. Now we're going to be doing with the throwing and with the zone schemes and everything else we're doing in the past. So and that's a luxury to have that. Every coach can say, hey, we need to do better this way and that way. You have to know what your skill set as a coach. You have to evaluate your team and really build on that from the final game of the season to the following year.
Coach Gilsky, always a pleasure to catch up with you. We look forward to talking with you guys. Have a great season.
Hey, thank you, John.